Hey guys, Ducks Hockey and More coming back at you. This time we're doing Anaheim Ducks video. I wanted to just give a quick update on the team, where they're at, how they've been playing, some player information. You guys got to stick around for this one. All right, we're back with some Ducks Hockey and More. We're talking the Anaheim Ducks in this video. I wanted to get into some where they're at right now. They're at NHL standing wise. We know they're in the cellar, but just how they've been playing as of late. They've been on an 8-game homestand, so I wanted to touch on that, as well as some other things related to the Anaheim Ducks. Let's just get into Trevor Zegras real quick. Trevor Zegras, there's some news going on about what's Trevor Zegras going to do, and what are the Anaheim Ducks and Pat Verbeek going to do with him? He is a restricted free agent, along with a handful of other good players, good young players. What are we going to do as an organization with Trevor Zegras, and what does Zegras want, right? There's some rumors that Zegras is looking for a long-term contract around the ballpark of an $8 to $9 million a year deal, right? Okay, well, I can see that, right? But at the same time, when you look at it from the Ducks organization side, okay, here's a guy that has tons of upside. Tons. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And fun to watch. And the type of guy you want on your team, because not because he's really good offensively, but because he's flashy and so skilled with the puck that fans like that. It draws fans to watch him play. And to me, that's a big deal, especially as your marketing team. You want a winning team, but you also want a team that is popular with the fans. Well, Zegras brings that element as well. Here's the thing, though. Trevor Zegras is still young. He just turned 22. His defensive side of his game is not the greatest. Still improving. He's working with Adam Oates, okay, former Anaheim Duck, former Washington Capital for years, to get better when it comes to stuff like that. But he needs to get better on face-offs. He needs to get more responsible on the defensive side. He needs to control his emotions, okay? He's known to chirp a lot and talk a lot, right? And it gets out of hand at times and causes issues on the ice. And he's had penalties because of his mouth, So he needs to grow up a little bit, right? So Trevor Zegras and the Anaheim Ducks have to figure it out. Here's what I think is going to happen. It's going to be a bridge deal, okay, more than likely. A bridge deal that keeps him signed for a decent amount of money, big pay raise from what he's got now, but only probably 3 years, okay? And in that time frame, if he improves and becomes the player we hope he becomes, and by then he'll be about 25, going to 26, right? Then you sign him big. Right? Then you sign him to a big long-term deal. That's my opinion. We'll see what happens. Okay, so moving on. Ducks. They've been on an 8-game homestand, okay? They have 2 games remaining in the homestand. So St. Louis and Colorado are left, all right? It is Saturday today, and they play St. Louis today, and then Colorado on Monday, okay? Now they've got 10 games left in the season altogether. This horrible season. But they've only gotten 1 win so far in the 6 games they played in this 8-game homestand. 3 points out of a possible 12. They've been playing absolutely, I don't want to say atrocious. A few of the games really bad, especially the last few. But let's get into this homestand real quick. Either way, 10 games to go in the season. They've got 2 left on this homestand. I want to touch on how bad the Ducks are when it comes to shots, okay? It's been a problem all year long, and I'm going to touch on it because it bugs the living shit out of me, okay? Predators, okay, they got a point in that game. They lost in overtime, 5-4 to the Preds. This was the first game of their current 8-game homestand. They actually won that shot battle, 37-36, okay? Now, a lot of shots for the Anaheim Ducks. They got a point in that game. It was competitive. It was a good game, Here, next game, New York Islanders come in. They lose 6-3. Now, the shot total for this one was not overly impressive by any team, but either one of the teams. But The Islanders won the shot battle on that one, 33-23. I mean, the Ducks only had 23 shots on goal. They lost 6-3. Columbus Blue Jackets, the only win that they had in the 6 games so far in this homestand, they won 7-4. It was pretty close up until the very end when the Ducks scored all those empty netter ones, So it looks worse than it really was, but they got the win. They still lost the shot battle, 42-38. Columbus had more shots than the Ducks. 38 though, keep in mind, 37 shots for the Anaheim Ducks when they got a point against the Preds. That was a good game for them. 38 shots on net against Columbus. They won that game, but they had 38 shots, right? Okay. They lost to the York Islanders. They only had 23 shots. Vancouver comes in. They lose 2-1, so it was a close game in the sense score on the score sheet. But listen to this. Here's your shot total: 40-18 Vancouver. They didn't even get 20 shots on goal, the Ducks. This has been a problem all year long. Okay, Calgary comes into town. They lose again, 5-1 this time. So they got beat pretty bad. Shots, 43-20, Calgary. You seeing this, guys? You seeing this? This is insane. The Jets. They lost to the Jets 3-2. Closer game on the score sheet. They actually played pretty well. I was excited about it. But, again, shots, 33-20, Winnipeg. 20 shots on goal in 2 games in a row. 18 against Vancouver. 23 against the Islanders. The 2 games they got points out of, they had over 30 shots in. Do you see what I'm talking about here? They are horrible when it comes to getting shots on goal. They allow way too many. They've been allowing tons of shots. I mean, the recipe for success against Anaheim this year has been just go in there and start shooting the puck like crazy, guys. It short circuits them defensively, and they just continue to allow tons of shots through. And I'm sorry, but I don't care how good John Gibson is on a nightly basis, even Dostal, they're not going to keep all of those pucks out. I mean, my God, it's not rocket science. It really isn't. And this comes back to not so much the players. This goes back to coaching. And I've said this a million times before, previous videos, and how bad Dallas Eakins is as a coach. At the NHL level, he might be very good at the minor league level and bringing young kids up and whatnot. Great, go there and do that. But get out of this organization, please, and go away. Because when it comes to this team, I'm so done with this lax of, I don't even know. As a coach, I'm not an NHL coach. I'm not going to pretend to be, right? But I've been watching hockey since 1990, 1991, back in the Gretzky, Yari Curry days of LA, before the Ducks even came around. So I know the game pretty darn well. And the one thing I can see, it's blatant, is this guy has no clue how to get this team doing the right things to win games. He doesn't know it. They're not consistent. They're always getting outshot. It's absolutely insane that this guy is an NHL coach. Blows my mind. But either way, doesn't matter. Anaheim Ducks. That's their last 6 games on their current 8-game homestand. They've got 2 more to go. Keep in mind, they're playing St. Louis tonight and then Colorado on Monday. More than likely, they're going to lose those games too, and I guarantee you they'll probably get outshot pretty bad by both. So Connor Bedard sweepstakes, for a while there, the Ducks were doing well. They were moving up the standing, kind of ruining their chances for a higher chance at getting Connor Bedard, which is okay. Not a big deal. This year's draft is deep. We're going to get a good player no matter what. But now that we're sucking it up pretty bad again, our chances are increasing of getting a better chance at getting that number 1 overall. We'll see what happens because Columbus, I think, is going to end up getting Connor Bedard. Let's go over some individual players real quick and how they've been playing. Not great, people. Trevor Zegras, okay, he's got only 2 points in his last 5 games, a goal and an assist. Now, he leads the team this year in goals, assists, and points. Okay, he's got 22 goals, 36 assists for 58 points. So he leads the team. He's a minus 22. Again, we were talking about Zegras being a restricted free agent. What's Verbeek going to do? Bridge deal, whatever. Minus 22 is a really, real. Now, we're a bad team, so of course you're going to see that. But he has to clean that up. He has to clean that up. But Zegras has been kind of snake-bitten lately, not doing much, a goal and assist in his last 5 games. Frank Vatrano. He's got 2 goals in his last 2 games, which I like to see. Frank Vatrano's got a great shot. I think he leads the Anaheim Ducks in shot attempts and shots on goal. So it kind of goes to show you got to shoot to score, right? He's doing much better as of late, I think. He was in a little bit of a slump there, where it was kind of like, where's Frank Vatrano? Why is this guy not putting the puck in the net as much as he should be? But now he's been picking it up a little bit. I like what I see. Troy Terry, he's got 5 points in his last 5 games, so that's good. 1 goal, 4 assists. Love Troy Terry. Ryan Strome, he has 4 points in his last 5 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. Stromer's a great player. He's a really good depth center. He really is. That was a good signing, I think, by Pat Verbeek. Might be a little overpaid at $5 million a year, but I like Strome. Great guy, great player. Mason McTavish is completely cold. That guy's an iceberg right now. He's got 1 point, 1 assist in his last 5 games. Mason, man, he was heating up there for a little bit, and I really wanted him to get the Calder Trophy this year as Rookie of the Year. Matty Beniers is probably going to get it at this point, because I don't think McTavish is going to catch him. They also take into consideration when it comes to the Calder how you impact your team, not just your points. So Matty Beniers is definitely a bigger part of the Seattle Kraken's success this year, and that they're playoff bound. He's going to end up winning the Calder. But Mason McTavish, he has definitely cooled off. So it'd be nice to see him heat up here as we end the season, get some confidence. Max Jones, one of my favorite players, kind of flies under the radar. He's a big guy, gritty guy, likes to rough it up a little bit. 3 points, 2 goals, and 1 assist in his last 5 games. So his play has picked up as of late. I like Max Jones. I hope we keep him around. But he really needs to pick up his offensive play, in my opinion. I think he's a good depth player. You might even want to keep him around just for the fact that he is a big physical guy. And I know that's kind of what Verbeek wants to be. He wants to be a team. He wants to make a team that's hard to play against every night. Max Jones makes you hard to play against, I think. So, but he's got 3 points in his last 5. Cam Fowler, he's cooled off in the last 5 games, but I want to talk about how Cam Fowler's having a career year. He's got 10 goals, 33 assists, so he's got 43 points this year. That is a new career high for Cam. I can't talk highly enough about Cam Fowler. A lot of people, I see it a lot in the social media and that kind of thing about Cam, and he's no good or whatever. Cam Fowler is one of the best Anaheim Ducks defensemen ever to play the game for the Anaheim Ducks. He is good, people. He is really good. He can move the puck really well. He can skate like no other. He calms the play down and kind of thing. He is a very, very good defenseman and somebody I would like to see stick around. I would hate to see him get traded or go to a different team. Me personally, I want to see Cam Fowler be a Duck for life. I think he would be a huge mentor to a lot of these younger players coming up through our system, like the Zellwegers and Minchikov, Jackson Lacombe, just to name a few. We've got a lot of defensemen coming up. Cam Fowler is one of those guys. To me, he should be a lifetime Duck. Number 4 should be in the rafters. That's how much I like him. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know, but that's how much of a Fowler fan I am. Big offseason coming for the Anaheim Ducks as we wrap this up. The offseason is going to be interesting. We didn't get a whole lot at the trade deadline like we did last year. But this offseason, I think we're going to see a lot of things moving around. Gibson trade possibly. What are we going to do with Maxime Comtois? He's an RFA. Do we sign him? Do we trade him before we can? But I don't know. Maxime Comtois, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of that. We've got restricted free agents. Obviously, I've talked about it before. Troy Terry, Lucas Dostal, Trevor Zegras, Jamie Drysdale, Simone Benoit. All these guys are RFAs, and the Ducks are probably gonna, get them back on the books. But how long, how much, that kind of thing. We'll see what happens there. And then, of course, we've got our unrestricted free agents: Shattenkirk, Grant, Megna, Bolu. and Harrington, Scott Harrington, who we acquired before the trade deadline as well. Or actually, Harrington was a waiver pickup, I think. Doesn't matter. Those guys are unrestricted free agents. Quite honestly, out of those, I don't know. I've heard Shattenkirk. They didn't trade him at the deadline because they're looking to re-sign him to keep him around as a veteran presence. Grant, the fact that they didn't move him means they'll probably not re-sign him. I don't know. We'll see. I like Derek Grant, but I don't know. Megna, Bolu, whatever, and Harrington. Interesting to see what happens with those guys. More than likely, nothing will happen of them. You never know. You never know. We'll see what Verbeek does. He might keep some of them around. But look, Ducks fans, we're getting close to the end of the season. We got 10 games to go. If anything, look forward to the offseason. It's coming. It's coming. Once the playoffs are over, we might see some trades before that free agency opens up, but free agency usually is sometime in July, and then all the unrestricted free agents that haven't been signed by their respective teams are open for signing to whoever they want. So that'll be interesting to see as well what Verbeek can do to make this team better and take the next step forward. I feel like we took a step back this year. So next year, quite honestly, there is nowhere to go but forward and up for the Anaheim Ducks. So lots to look forward to in the offseason. Hey, thanks guys for watching. Help me blow Ducks Hockey and More up. Subscribe. Smash the like button. Spread the word about Ducks Hockey and More. Leave me comments. I always love your comments and I will return them. But do that. Help me blow this channel up and we'll keep Ducks Hockey and More rolling. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.